Ever touched a woman's body, but missed her mind completely? Most men do. And that's exactly why they never leave a mark. Because here's a harsh truth: what turns her on isn't always what you think. It's not just the touch, it's the timing. Not just the body, it's the buildup. Not just what you do, it's how present you are when you do it. In today's video, you're going to discover psychological truths about women that most men only realize when it's too late. We're talking about what really drives female desire, why some women crave emotional closeness after sex, while others pull away, and how your silence in bed might be louder than you think. This isn't fluff. This is science, psychology, experience. And if you stay until the end, I'll reveal a technique that not only helps you last longer, but also makes her feel like you're the first man who ever really got her. So let me ask you, are you ready to stop guessing and start understanding? And hey, if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss a video. Your support honestly means a lot. If this video brings you any kind of value, give it a thumbs up. It really helps more people find it. Now let's get into it, and I mean really into it, because by the end of this video, I'm dropping powerful, no BS tips to help you finally deal with premature ejaculation, a problem millions of men face, but barely anyone has the balls to talk about. This isn't some surface-level TikTok advice. This is deep, raw, grounded in psychology, biology, and the brutal truths women will never say out loud. Because here's the reality: you can lift weights, build muscle, stack your money, but if you crumble when it's time to perform, none of it will matter. Power without control is chaos, and in bed, that chaos makes her feel unseen. That's why this matters. Let's start with something most men don't know. Some women with larger breasts actually feel more insecure during intimacy, not because of their size, but because men get distracted, rush in, finish early, and leave her body untouched and her mind untouched. You're not just ending the moment fast, you're ending her connection to you. And this might surprise you. A soft, unexpected kiss on her stomach? It can hit harder than anything on her neck or lips. Why? Because it's primal, vulnerable. It shows presence, and that's rare. Most guys focus on performance. Few focus on connection. Here's another cold truth. A lot of men back off when she's on her period. They assume she doesn't want intimacy, but here's the twist. Many women do. And when you disappear during those days, she doesn't think you're respectful. She thinks you're weak, uncomfortable with a little blood. How are you going to handle real problems in a relationship? The Stoics taught this clearly. Don't flinch at what's uncomfortable. Lean into discomfort. Rule your impulses. Be unshakable. If it's human, it's endurable. Marcus Aurelius. And nothing is more human or more telling than how a man shows up when things get messy. Listen, neck kisses are fine, but if you're not tuned in to what actually works for her, you're just performing like a robot. A shocking number of women can't reach orgasm with penetration alone. And you think 3 minutes and a few moans are enough? Wake up. Sex isn't a sprint, it's a language. And most men are speaking gibberish. Now let me hit you with this. About 40% of women say nipple stimulation should be the first move in foreplay, not an afterthought, not a maybe later. It's the entry point to her arousal. You start strong, you finish better. And here's one of the most practical tips you'll hear all day. Drink water before sex. Yeah, sounds basic, but hear me out. A hydrated body equals better blood flow, better stamina, better performance. You're not a machine. You're a biological system. Fuel it right, and it works better. It's that simple. So if you're the kind of man who's tired of guessing, tired of quick fixes, tired of pretending you know what you're doing, stick with me, because what comes next can change everything. Now let's talk about friction, not just the physical kind, but the kind that tests you. the kind that builds you, because in both sex and life, resistance creates control. Let's get physical first. During anal intercourse, most men experience delayed ejaculation. Why? Because the resistance is greater. It forces you to slow down, to feel more, to control yourself. If you're a guy who finishes too early, this isn't just an option, it's a lesson. But don't mistake this as a cheap trick or kink. It requires trust, communication, respect. You don't go into war unprepared, and you don't explore a woman's boundaries without full clarity and consent. That's masculine integrity. Now, want to take things to the next level? Blindfolds. Yeah, blindfolds. Remove sight and the brain goes into overdrive. Touch becomes more electric. Sound gets louder. Emotion cuts deeper. It's like flipping a switch from logic to instinct, from ordinary to primal. What you lose in vision, you gain in presence. That's where the real connection begins. But here's the truth 99% of men never hear. Getting better in bed has nothing to do with luck. You're not born with it. You earn it by paying attention, by asking, by listening, by being open to feedback, even when it hits your ego like a freight train. Most guys treat sex like a performance. Put on a show, hit a few moves, hope she claps. That's weak, that's insecure, that's childish. Real intimacy. It's not about dominating, it's about tuning in. It's about showing up with presence, with stoic awareness, because the bedroom, like life, demands discipline. Marcus Aurelius said it best. If you seek tranquility, do less. But do it with excellence. Let that sink in, less flash, more intention. Here's a subtle detail most men miss. When a man's truly in love, the whole world sees it. He talks about her, brags about her, can't help but show her off. Not to impress anyone, but because he's proud. He feels like he won. But when a woman really likes a man, it's quieter. It's in the way she speaks to him, softer, sweeter. Her tone carries a warmth that no filter or text could ever fake. She lets her guard down, just for him. And then there's that moment after sex. You know the one, when everything goes still. Your heartbeat drops from 180 to 60. Your body relaxes like it just survived a storm. That's not coincidence, it's biology. It's your nervous system whispering, you're safe now. That peace, that calm, that's what men chase in the wrong places. They chase it in women, in status, in distractions. But the Stoics knew a man's peace isn't found in others. It's forged within himself. And when you bring that inner stillness into the bedroom, that's when everything changes, not just for you, but for her too. Because she doesn't need another guy who wants to use her body. She wants a man who can make her feel it. Now here's a wild stat. Only about 18% of women can climax without any help from someone else. That means most women, they need you to be present, not just there. This isn't just about pleasure, it's about connection. It's a journey, one of curiosity, patience, and emotional closeness that brings two people way beyond the physical. Want to actually please her? Use your hands. Or a toy. Clitoral stimulation alone can help about 80% of women reach orgasm. And yet, only 20% of women own a pleasure toy. That's a huge gap, don't you think? Oh, and let's talk about positions. Most women still prefer missionary. Yep, simple, face-to-face, and emotionally grounding. About 80% say it feels the best. But here's the twist. Standing positions can help her orgasm last longer, and sometimes even happen faster. Using saliva or natural lube? Sure, it can make things feel better, but use it wisely. Never apply directly on the genitals unless you're sure it's safe, because sensitivity matters, big time. Now, listen closely. In the US alone, over 600 cases of strangulation during sex have been reported. So if you're into experimenting, always keep communication and safety first. No exceptions. Want to last longer? Here's a tip. Avoid starting off in doggy style. It can speed things up for a lot of men. And when it comes to unforgettable experiences, here are 3 things many women say stand out. 1. Clitoral stimulation with a vibrator while facing each other. 2. Doggy position when done with connection. 3. Oral sex with full presence. One last thing, too much stimulation? Yeah, it can actually hurt. The clitoris is super sensitive, just like a man's body needs a moment after climax, so does hers. Give it time, respect the rhythm, because just like your body, the clitoris swells with blood when aroused. It reacts to touch and to emotion, and when you get both right, that's when the real magic happens. Oral sex. Yeah, it's one of the most common fantasies, whether you're a guy or a girl. But here's the truth, the best way to enjoy it. Don't go in with a ton of expectations. Just feel the moment. And here's a fun fact. Did you know that the signals from your skin can reach your brain at around 230 kilometers per hour? Yup, your body reacts fast, lightning fast. Now, this might sound random, but check this out. Women born after May 30th tend to be more open to anal play, and for many of them, the mental side of pleasure kicks in after the physical one. For men, it's usually the opposite. We feel it physically first, then emotionally. Still here with me? If you're still watching and enjoying this, drop this in the comments real quick. Now that explains a lot. It's a simple phrase, but it lets me know you're locked in and actually feeling these insights. Plus, it helps this video reach more people who really need to hear this stuff. So yeah, scroll down, type it in, and let's keep going. Now let's talk about oral sex again. Some women are actually more open to it than you might think. And here's something most guys don't realize. Having sex at least once a week is super important for many women. Not just physically, but emotionally too. Crazy part? Single women, believe it or not, often have a more active sex life than single men. Makes sense when you think about it, right? And if you're trying to have a baby, experts say it's best to have protected sex for a few months first, to balance things out in the body before trying for real. Now, let's get practical. Ever heard of the stop and squeeze method? It can actually help you last longer, like way longer. If premature ejaculation is something you struggle with, this method could be a total game changer. Because here's the thing, when you understand how your body works and how your partner's body works, you don't just get better in bed. You build a deeper connection too, a real one that lasts. For a lot of men, finishing too early feels frustrating, like you're losing control, and that can seriously affect your confidence and your relationship. But don't worry, there are simple things you can do that really help. Here's one quick tip you can try tonight. When you feel like you're getting close, pause for just a few seconds and take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Hold it for a moment, then breathe out slowly through your mouth. This helps calm your body and reset your rhythm. Sounds simple, right? But small habits like this can make a huge difference with time. Remember, getting better in bed isn't about being perfect. It's about being present, open, and willing to explore together. All right, as we're wrapping things up, here's something interesting. A lot of guys feel more turned on in the morning. Yep, that's actually a real thing. And usually, it's men who lean in for the first kiss, while women are more into kissing after everything's done. Now, here's a fun fact. Did you know that the first toys ever used for pleasure were found in caves in Germany and date back over 30,000 years? Yeah, humans have been curious for a long time. When it comes to attraction, most women naturally look for partners who are confident, smart, and decisive. But something to keep in mind, not every woman likes having her hair pulled or her head held during oral. It's always best to pay attention to how she reacts. And about threesomes? If you're in a relationship, bringing in a third person can open the door to jealousy, insecurity, and misunderstandings. So tread carefully. Honest conversations matter. Want to really impress your partner? Learn how to kiss right. It's underrated, but trust me, being a good kisser can totally change the mood in the bedroom. Lack of physical closeness can lead to distance, and sometimes even cheating. So when she wraps her legs around you during sex, that's a clear sign. She's craving more than just pleasure. She wants connection. Here's something not many guys realize. Only a small percentage of women reach orgasm through vaginal sex alone. Sometimes after climax, she might need a little break, from just a few minutes to even an hour. A great position to try? Spooning. It's cozy, intimate, and can hit the right spots in all the right ways. And hey, women often feel a serious confidence boost just by wearing sensual lingerie. It helps set the tone and brings out their inner energy. Vibrators. They're not just toys, they're powerful tools for pleasure. Women who use them regularly often report more desire, more orgasms, and fewer frustrations in bed. So, yeah, understanding all these little things, it can seriously level up your romantic life and bring you two even closer. Now, let me ask you something. Out of everything we talked about today, what's one thing you're most excited to try or talk about with your partner? Think about it. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That way, you'll never miss out on new tips to keep your connection strong and your bedroom life even better.